What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing the Sword and Shield booster box update, and guys, we're starting to see things in the Sword and Shield market we haven't seen since about mid-April. And if you guys remember what happened in mid-April into kind of like the middle of May, late May, we had some very crazy price moves in a lot of the Sword and Shield boxes, and I think we're getting set up for some of these boxes to start to make a move again. Not saying it's going to be as large of a move, but things are looking promising. We'll start off with Sword and Shield base and then Rebel Clash, just because these aren't super exciting to talk about. There's hardly any change in the amount of boxes listed on eBay on a week-to-week basis. Not a lot of these sell, like maybe one or two a week. So both of these boxes are still in the position we talked about last week and the week before that, where they could potentially just continue making moves if those one or two boxes listed, if they sell and the new sellers come in and move the price up, that could increase the price of these boxes. But for now, they're holding fairly steady. I think the lowest listed box for Sword and Shield base is somewhere around 570 still, 550. And then Rebel Clash, I think there's one box listed below like 410 or 411. Also, Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage, these are less interesting sets, I think, for most people. But even these, there's less supply on the market. Basically every single week, there's less boxes out there. I think for Darkness Ablaze specifically, there's a lot less this week, and then also the sell-through rate was up, which is a good sign. Vivid Voltage is just slowly getting chewed through. There's still a decent amount of boxes listed below like 263, 264. So out of all the boxes we're going to talk about today, Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage aren't the most exciting ones, at least in my eyes, just based on what I'm seeing. I don't think they're going to make the largest moves, but if a lot of these Sword and Shield boxes do start to move upwards, I think we're going to see Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze. Even if there is more supply out there, they're eventually going to follow suit. People are going to raise their prices, what they're trying to get for each box, and then sellers are going to be willing to pay a little bit more just because they look like decent deals compared to some of the other Sword and Shield sets. Now, before we go any further and talk about the alt art sets in the Sword and Shield era, I want to jump in here and give a shout out to today's video sponsor, the Shiny app. Guys, whether you're investing in Pokemon, collecting Pokemon, it's important to know what you have at all times. That's where the Shiny app comes in. It's a mobile app for you to track your collection, whether that's sealed product, singles, or slabs. In Pokemon, they cover English, Japanese, and simplified Chinese, but they also cover other games like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lorcana, Sorcery, and One Piece. In my opinion, using their app is a way better experience than their competition, and I also love that they're trying to give you guys the most up-to-date data possible. They're updating twice a day from places like TCG Player, eBay, Card Market, and Price Charting to give you the most accurate figures possible. And the best part about the app is that it's free, so I'll leave links to the Google Play and App Store in the description and pinned comment down below. And thank you to Shiny for sponsoring the video. Alright, so before we talk about battle styles and all the other alt art sets, I just wanted to say one thing about Pokemon investing, how people kind of look at data, because a lot of people go to TCG Player and they just believe everything they're seeing as fact and just ignore other secondary market data from eBay or other places. And in my opinion, TCG Player does not tell the full story, even close to it. And if you go based on the numbers you see on TCG Player, you're probably going to have a skewed idea of what's actually going on. And what do I mean by this? Well, if you look at battle styles currently, right, there are 4 booster boxes listed from 3 different sellers for an average sale price of $248. If we go to Chilling Reign, there's 0 boxes listed below $550. Evolving Skies, there's 57 from 2 sellers. So one seller has 56 boxes up at $3,500. There's one at $2,500. So somebody looking at this might come to the conclusion that Evolving Skies is already a $2,500 box. Like, we're already there, guys, even though the graph on TCG Player says we're almost at $2,100. This really isn't the case. I mean, if you go look at eBay, there's a lot more than one box of Evolving Skies listed below $2,500. There's not a ton though, like there's not hundreds or anything ridiculous like we see with the Scarlet Violet era. A lot less actually compared to all of the other Sword and Shield sets. I think only Fusion Strike had less boxes listed below a 20% leg up, and for Evolving Skies that would get it basically a little bit over 2,500. So there isn't a ton, but there's also a lot more than one. So it's not like the next sale is going to push this box up to $2,500. I think we're still maybe months away from that, weeks, if we see a very rapid move up in some of these boxes, which is possible because some of the numbers I'm seeing makes it kind of seem like it is mid-April at this point again, and we might see a move, because at the time Fusion Strike was a $470 booster box, Evolving Skies was $1,350, $1,400. Now look at them, like 50% higher at this point. Fusion even a little bit higher than that. So it could happen again, but just remember, if you only look at TCG Player, you're missing a lot of data, and that's all I wanted to point to. But going back to battle styles, Even Battle Styles at this point, guys, is in a position where I think it could start to move into that like 230, 240 range fairly quickly. I believe this is the first time since April that Battle Styles had less than 15 days of inventory remaining, and that comes from quantity of boxes listed and sell-through rate over the past week on eBay North America Buy It Now. And compared to a lot of these other sets like Chilling Reign, Brilliant Stars, Battle Styles was actually a little bit higher than these. So Brilliant Stars, Chilling Reign, and it kind of makes sense, right? Like when we look at the best sets in the Sword and Shield era, you have the Evolving Skies set up top, then you have Fusion Strike. After that, you're going to have your Lost Origin, your Brilliant, Chilling. Those are going to be like a tier below these two at this point. And then you're going to have Battle Styles. Silver Tempest is probably a little bit above Battle Styles, but you kind of get my point in that there is tiers, and that when we see price movements, it's normally like those S tier sets that go first, and then the A tiers start to move, and then after that the B tier and then C tier products start to increase in price. So the fact that Battle Styles is getting lower, that's great, but we're probably going to see larger returns and faster moves on some of these better sets from the Sword and Shield era first. Also, another thing about TCG Player graphs, just because we're looking at Fusion Strike right now, first of all, I really hope they change the 1 year graph because it's broken, it doesn't work, that's frustrating. But even Fusion Strike, right? Like if you looked at this, there's 2 boxes listed from 2 different sellers. If you come down here, one's at $985. You'd think that this is already a $900 box. It's not a $900 box. Now, I will say there's only 2 boxes listed as of this morning when I did the data, listed below $800 Buy It Now, eBay North America. So being a $730 box, I don't think that's going to last a long time. I think we're going to see this jump up to $800 fairly quickly if the buyout continues. But just compared to something like Silver Tempest, you would look at this graph and go, hey, like maybe Silver Tempest is a better buy right now. Well, what I see on eBay, at least, is that there's still a decent amount of Silver Tempest out there, and I would not expect Silver Tempest to be making a larger move than any of these other sets. And personally, I would much rather buy Brilliant Stars still at like $410 and Chilling Reign at, if I can bring this up here, around $415. I'd rather buy both of these sets over Silver Tempest at $370. Again, that's just my opinion, but there's a lot less supply out there of Brilliant and Chilling compared to Silver Tempest, which again, that also makes sense just because Silver was the last release set. We did get fairly large reprints of Lost Origin and Silver Tempest in towards the end of 2023, I believe. And being that Silver is a little bit weaker of a set compared to Lost Origin, that's putting it generously. There's a bit more out there compared to Lost Origin, which this box is starting to move again too. I didn't really discuss Lost Origin today, but it's in the conversation. If you guys want to buy some Lost Origin, I think it's probably going to be more expensive in the next couple months than it is right now. But that's really all I wanted to get across in this video. XY moved over the past couple months, then Sun and Moon moved, and now it kind of seems like these Sword and Shield sets are primed for another leg up. But you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you guys buying any of these sets currently? I'm trying to hold on to most of my positions. I'm selling maybe like a couple Brilliant Stars boxes here and there, the odd Chilling Reign, but my Lost Origin, Fusion, Evolving, I'm not touching any of that, and I'm going to cut off Brilliant and Chilling here soon too. Also, make sure to go check out Shiny. I'll leave links again in the description and pin comment down below. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.